Here are my best tips and tricks for furnishing your new home or apartment on a budget. I just moved into a new apartment here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I had to do exactly what you're trying to do, furnish my new apartment. Not only that, but we were also on a time crunch. See, we only had about 3 days left with our moving truck, and tip number 1 is to use that moving truck to transport things like the couch you're gonna get. Or dressers, things that are heavy or large that aren't gonna fit in your Prius. If you have a truck or something, then you don't have to worry about this as much, but we're not in that position. And so a good 3 to 5 days before you move, or if you have a long move across the country like we did, then you can do that during your road trip. Start reaching out to people online at the various sources that I'm going to tell you about next, and you can start planning what you're gonna purchase. And when people say yes, you can pay them half up front or pay them all up front if it's cheap enough, and have it lined up. And so what we did was we made sure everything could be picked up in about 1 or 2 days. We looked at where they were on the map, bang, 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 kind of planned out our route so that we could save gas and time and get it all done before we had to turn in the truck. And a little pro tip, this is obvious, but if you're still in your old home and you do have old furniture or just things in general that you want to get rid of, don't be afraid to go on something like Facebook Marketplace and sell them and put that money towards your move and towards the new items you want to get. The best part about a move is you get to start over, start fresh and clean, and that's what we're gonna do here today. Now, before you get carried away looking for furniture, I wanna be clear and make sure you're clear with yourself. Understand what the style you're going for is and how much you want. Simple items that you know you're going to need, and then you can breach out from there, especially after you move in. We're really focused on the big items that you need immediately on move-in. The first night that we got into our apartment, we realized we hadn't actually got a bed frame for our bed, so we had to put the mattress on the floor and sleep on that. Not the end of the world, but that's an example of something that we should have planned ahead of time. I'll go ahead and throw a list down in the description of everything that are kind of the bare basics that you need for your new home or apartment, especially if it's your first time and you don't know what the heck you're doing. I've been there, so be sure to check that out. Now let's talk about places that you can actually find cheap furniture. So I would suggest starting with Facebook Marketplace. It is an incredible platform for finding cheap furniture, cheap anything really. It's a great place to buy, and it's also a great place to sell. We talked about that earlier. We found this beautiful couch that was in almost like new condition, except for a few scratches that you can't even really see. And we got it for $35 from someone moving into an apartment where it wouldn't fit. I'm telling you, this couch would retail for at least $200, if not $300 to $400 brand new. We were more than happy to pay the guy completely upfront. Here's your $35 via Venmo. We'll see you Friday. We also did the same thing for $30 with a solid wood dresser. Granted, it wasn't in brand new condition, especially on top, but you're already putting things on top of the dresser. The rest of it looked great, and it fits our needs just fine. Those two things alone, we've already saved hundreds of dollars, and we're really not sacrificing anything. Are you starting to get what I'm saying? Now, I truly believe that you could find everything you need on Facebook Marketplace, but depending on your market and your tastes, you may not. So we're gonna go to the next level, which is going to places like TJ Maxx, Ross, and Marshalls. These are your discount stores that sell basically brand new items that have never been owned. They have minor defects, or maybe they just had too much inventory, and they'll sell it for a fraction of the retail price. My favorite thing to do is to line up 3 or 4 of those stores that are all kind of close to each other and just kind of make a trip of it, go from one to the other to the next, and you'll find so many deals. In fact, my only complaint is that it's kind of dangerous because you think you need everything and everything's on sale, and that's kind of their tactic and why they stay in business. But they tend to carry a lot of furniture, couches, dressers, coffee tables, rugs, you name it. If you need something for your home and you want something that's still new and in great condition, that is the place to go. Now, going up another level is your Walmart and your Target. Ugh, no one likes Walmart, I get it. Hey, you don't have to go to Walmart. Target, a little more classy, they got a Starbucks, I get it. But they both have really good furniture that's still incredibly cheap. We got both of our lamps behind me for about $40, $45 each. And what I love about this lamp is that it's both an end table for the couch and a lamp combined. And that's another hot tip. Look for furniture that meets 2 needs all in one product so that you can save space and money. Another great example is this coffee table behind us. This may be controversial, but we don't really need a dining table. We don't have a lot of people coming over all the time. We're young, we're used to sitting on the couch. So this coffee table meets both the needs of sitting at the couch to watch TV, using it as a makeshift desk, and eating. Win-win. This apartment is 550 square foot. It's nothing fancy, but a nice, simple, clean design can make it look big and nice and warm and welcoming. And I want to show you guys just how simple it is so you can do it in your own home, regardless of how nice it is, or how big it is, or how much money you have to spend. And if you're a little ahead of the curve, you haven't actually moved yet, but you're doing the preparation, good for you, that's awesome. If you're looking for tips on moving, we actually just moved across the country. We did it on what I would consider a relatively tight budget. I have a lot of good tips and tricks that I shared with you in a recent video. Make sure you click this next. And if you've already moved, but you're looking for that next apartment, I have some tips for you too. Make sure you click this video. I'll see you there.